Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today, you're going to learn how to make Chinese crispy chili beef. It's strips of beef in a crunchy coating covered in a type of sour and sweet sauce. And I really loved eating this dish in Chinese restaurants. But some places made it with too much sauce. It was like eating candy, and they made the fried coating soggy. Well, my crispy chili beef recipe has the right amount of tasty sauce, so your crispy beef remains crunchy. And my name is Wally. If I like it, I cook it and share it. Let's go. I've got 400 grams of beef flank steak. Historically, flank steak was a really cheap cut of beef, but it is used by Chinese restaurants, and it is a tough cut of meat. But if you cut it thin enough and give it some flavor treatment, it becomes a great cut of beef for stir fries, and especially for this crispy chili beef recipe. First thing we have to do is cut the beef into strips, but we gotta do it properly. You see these fibers running across? We want to cut against it into 1/2 centimeter in thickness and 1/2 centimeter wide. Cutting the beef around this size decreases the chances of overcooking. And after that's done, place the beef into a mixing bowl. It is time to up the flavors of this beef and make it more tender, and here's how to do it. We add some soy sauce, a few teaspoons of pure sesame oil, some baking soda. This is the ingredient that will help tenderize your beef. Ground white pepper, some sugar, and of course, Chinese cooking wine, or you can use dry sherry. The Chinese cooking wine will also tenderize this beef. There's one final ingredient that we gotta add. This egg is not just a binder for the flour later. The mighty egg is also a tenderizing agent. Okay, ideally you want to marinate the beef overnight. If not, 15 minutes tops should do the trick. Moving on, we need to prepare a bit of vegetables and aromatics. I'm using 50 grams of bell pepper. Any color will work. Cut these about 1.5 centimeters in thickness. Also need just a 1/2 medium-sized onion. Can be any color that you want. Cut these 1.5 centimeters too. Add the onions with the bell peppers because these go in at the same time during cooking. And we need 3 stalks of spring onions. Just chop up the white sections like that. As for the green leaves, just chop it up into like 8 centimeter strips. Notice there's a theme here. Everything is in strips, except for the garlic. Gotta have garlic. I've got 3 large garlic cloves that I'm going to mince. Not too fine. Something like that should do it. And I'm just gonna drop it with the spring onions because both of those go in at the same time during cooking. Look at that, that's a lot of garlicky goodness right there. And here are some dried chilies. I'm gonna add these later on during cooking, as well as this 1/2 thumb-sized piece of ginger. I'm going to grate the ginger directly into the pan during cooking, because if you pre-grate ginger, it turns into a really funky green color. Now here's a sauce which I pre-mixed into this bowl here. There is enough sauce here to coat the fried beef, not drench it, just coat it. I hate it when there's too much sauce. It's just gonna muck up the fry coating and just make it really soggy. One super important ingredient in this sauce is Chinese black vinegar. This is the bomb. It really wakes up your taste buds with the old 1-2 punch. It's a very thick, beautiful, glossy sauce. Just mix it and set it aside. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly dredge my beef. I've got a cup of cornstarch here. That's right, cornstarch. And I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. The corn flour is gonna give a nice little light crunch, while the all-purpose flour is gonna give it some substance. Season the flour with a big pinch of salt, about 1 teaspoon, and then 1/2 teaspoon of ground white pepper. Give the flour a mix. And now we're ready to coat the beef. Start with a handful at first, so you can give each strip the proper coating. Just coat enough until they look like powdered donuts. I just always have donuts on my mind. All right, so I'm mixing up my final batch. All right, beautiful. When that's done, here's my wok half filled with vegetable oil. Heat the oil up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't have a kitchen thermometer, but I do have a wooden chopstick. Stick it in, and when it starts to foam with bubbles, your oil is ready to fry. I'm just gonna fry half of the beef first. You don't want to add too much at one time or else the oil heat will drop drastically, which will result in greasy and less crunchy beef. Carefully drop the beef in low. And can you hear the frying sound? It's really loud right now. That's because a lot of the moisture in the beef is getting forced out. You can use chopsticks or tongs to separate the strips in case they're stuck together. It only takes about 3 minutes to 4 minutes to fry this beef, and you'll notice the frying sound is lower now. This means your beef is about ready. Just remove and we'll fry the second batch. Now normally I double fry, but for crispy chili beef, once is enough. I just don't want to overcook the beef, okay? I mean, just look at it. You know that this is going to be really crunchy. Now quickly, with the heat off, we're going to fry the onions and peppers. Just drop it into the oil, should be plenty hot. Fry for 30 seconds. The onions and peppers will immediately shrink, so just pull them out and set them aside. Alright, so this is where the fun really begins. I've got a clean pan here. I've set it on a medium low heat, and when the pan gets hot and it starts to smoke, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using vegetable oil. Spread the oil around. I'm going to drop in the whites of the spring onions and the garlic. I'm not going to waste any time. I don't want the garlic to burn, so I'm going to grate in my ginger, my fresh ginger. About 1 teaspoon to 2 teaspoons is enough. Just snip in the dried chilies, seeds and all, seeds and all. I'm going to cook this until the chilies start to turn sort of a darkish red color, and the garlic starts to turn brown, which is about now. Gonna hit it with a tablespoon of Chinese cooking wine. You can use dry sherry. Smells incredible. Now give the pre-made sauce one last mix and say adios. Let the sauce bubble for a minute or two. Give it a mix for about a minute until it reduces. And then what I like to do is I like to turn the heat off right now. We don't need any extra heat. And just drop in the beef. Oh boy, look at that. It doesn't look like enough sauce to cover it, but trust me, there is enough. And then we also toss in some of the greens of the spring onions. Onions and peppers. Look at that gorgeous color. And some toasted white sesame seeds if you got them. Now this dish goes terrific with white rice and oh yeah, a frosty bear. As always, I do make deliveries. I take Bitcoins and Camels as payment. See you all in the next one.